Hey y'all, it's Krista with Triple C Creations Crafting coming to you from the beautiful North Georgia mountains. And I am showing you another Temu die. You can hear my dog coming in. Click, click, click. This was a truck, like a old truck die. And it came with different seasonal things that you can put in the bag. And that was one reason I picked this one out. Picked this one out for a couple of reasons. There's a lot on Temu and out there on other places. But this is all the pieces it had. So, and there's not a lot of little pieces. The little pieces it does have are the center of the wheels. And I don't have individual dies. They're actually attached to the truck. So when I cut the color of the truck, I get the, I also get the center of these wheels without having to keep up with the little die. Because y'all, I lost one of my little pieces of a die, and it's a pretty important piece. So I'm probably going to have to just order another set of that one. So I like that these were connected. But again, there's not a lot of pieces. I've said that before when I got into dies. I don't want a lot of little pieces. I also don't want a lot of little pieces that I have to glue. So I can deal with just these pieces. Everything has cut relatively good. I've had a little trouble with this one because it does have all these like lines. And so I've been playing with like different types of paper, and I haven't really perfected that yet. Especially these pieces, they don't usually cut out. I usually just leave them in. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Some of these others I might have to, like one side will cut and I'll just have to use a little pair of scissors and trim the other side. These tiny pieces have cut good. Haven't had trouble with this. Really haven't had trouble with the, like the, looks like a little fence, but it goes on the back of the truck. Haven't had trouble with that. I have had some trouble with the Easter eggs. But it could have been the paper that I was using too, because it was pretty thick paper. It was some scrap paper, and it's kind of variegated, but it was pretty thick. So maybe it was just that, but it does have a lot of tiny pieces. So it could have been that. I have been able to cut it successfully several times. And what I would do is like I would run it through maybe once this way and then turn it this way. And I'd have to run it through a couple of times. I haven't tried it cutting it face up just because of the sandwich that I do. I try to avoid cutting into my cutting plates, and so I have to completely flip everything over. I use a cutting mat to cut on instead of the cutting plates. So, you know, that a little bit, but like I said, it may have even been the paper. So let me show you some of the ones I've made, and then let's just go through how to assemble them. And these were so cute, I couldn't just make one. So here's my pumpkin ones. And I made the pumpkin. The pumpkin is, I actually cut, it's out of the same paper I was trying to cut the Easter eggs out of. Had no trouble with the pumpkin, even the curly part. But I think these are just so cute, y'all. Once you start making these, they're really addictive. And you see the center part of the wheel that you cut with the truck, so it's the coordinating color, it's attached. Makes it very, very easy, I think. I think this is the only Easter one that I've made so far, because again, I was having trouble with my Easter eggs. And, you know, maybe I should just leave off the fence on this one, because, you know, once with all the detail in the Easter eggs, I kind of lose it with the fence. So I think let's make one without the fence this time. You could also do that with the hearts too, but you still do get a lot of the hearts. Hearts was very easy to cut out. And then, of course, the Christmas tree, you know, and you got to have the fence on the Christmas tree. Okay, so... and these are the wheels, I kind of forgot to mention that, but I figured that was kind of a give me. Now, I have cut out, like I said, I just cut out, I used my scraps, and I cut out several of, like when I had a little black piece, I just cut out wheels. And they're kind of small, so I went ahead and just glued them on the background. So let's use these two. And then I cut out 2 trucks, and I actually cut these out of, it was a card front, so it's just scraps, so you can see the writing on the back. I was able to get out all the pieces except for these on the hood. Some of them I did have to trim a little bit, a little messed up there, but I don't think anybody will notice. Now, when I started lining these up, I don't want to put that with that. When I started lining these up, I think you're actually made, make sure this is zooming in, to line up these grooves exactly. But I actually found that I like to offset them just a little, whether you go up or down. I like to offset them a little, and then I see the other, like where it's open, I see the other gray. So let me show you what I mean. So this one, they're lined up, and This one, I shifted the top layer up just a tad, and so you get like you see both colors on that, and I actually like that better. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let me get out my glue. I haven't used it in a few days. I need to get me a little scrap here. Oh, it's working. It's not very pretty, but it's working. All right. Now, like I said, I did already, this was already had these bases cut, and I'd already glued the wheels on, and I've just got those. I've got those in my basket of little pieces here. And you can see where I had my pen in there, and it kind of turned my glue brown, but it's still flowing. Okay, I'm trying to glue under the camera, kind of messing with my eyes. All right, so I'm going to line the back up, and in the front, I'm going to just offset it just enough to where I can see, and that's just me. That is just me. Now I'm going to do a Valentine one for this one, and so I'm not going to put a fence on it or the little boards on it. I'm just going to leave it like this. I think you'll actually see more. And I'm going to put just a tad bit of glue. Now you do need some good glue for this, because I'm not going to have very much hanging over. Oops. And I am using the Art Glitter glue. You can tell I refill this bottle. So it does not take much, and it dries very fast. It dries very fast. Ooh, that's where it slid. It kind of slid up. Now, if I was going to put the fence on, I would assemble it the same way. I would put the hearts on first, and then I would actually glue that on top of it, okay? But I think I'm going to leave it off this time. So let's compare. Let's see. Here's another heart one. Oh no, they're both cute. But I think I'm going to try one just like this. I'm just going to leave that off. All right, so there's that one. Now we're going to do the same thing with this one. Glue it together. Does not take much glue. I'm doing a very fine line, just all the little pieces. And again, I'm going to line it up on the back. Make sure I'm in camera. Oh, I'm almost off. Let's see if we can slide it up. I'm going to line it up on the back, and then the front, I'm going to go up just a smidge. Just a smidge. There we go. There's my smidge. And again, you want some really good glue that is going to, you don't have to use a lot of it, and it's going to dry fast. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to put my pumpkin in it. I like, and this is just a preference, I guess. I like putting the glue on my truck and then like putting the pumpkin in it. You can kind of tilt it however you want. I'm going to do mine like that. And you know, I think I was going to do Easter eggs and I forgot. Oh, well, I'm not going to change it. I do want the fence on my pumpkin. I do. I want the fence. Now there's a lighter. Let's see. Here's a gray. Whoops. Here's a gray. Oh, I like that. My background here is gray. I like that gray. This might be a good time to... I don't know that I could use tweezers, but it's kind of a small piece. There we go. Now, I have left off one thing off both of these, and that is the wheel covers. Or not the wheel covers, but I guess the wheels. And so when I cut the purple, here's my purple ones. Take the center of that. And then here's my green ones. They cut out, like I said, they cut out really good. I'll just punch out the centers. Yes, yay, little pieces all over my desk. And then, you know, my glue is now white, so I don't have to worry about any of that yucky. And I just swirl a little bit around. To me, one of the hardest parts is making sure I get them in the mid-center of the wheel. There we go. And let's do the green one. a very short window if I need to slide it. If you've ever worked with art glitter glue, you know what I mean. But if you're not working with something like art glitter glue or Barely Art, I think it's Barely Arts glue, I think it's similar. If you're still working with like craft glue, like what was I using first? This stuff, tacky glue, glue sticks. It's a game changer when you get a good glue that you can get out in a fine layer, and it dries fast. So it really is a game changer. It's a little bit of an investment, but I mean, it lasts forever. So there are 2 trucks. I had it prepped in that I had my bases with the black already on it, and I had already had some things cut in the back, or for the back. I already have some of the little fences cut. So, you know, if I want to make one, I really just have to cut the front part and then assemble it. You know, whatever color I want my truck, I cut that, I assemble it, and I am ready to make a card or whatever, or a tag. You know, it would, you could use this as a standalone tag, but I don't know that you want to be able to see all the background. You know, this was a double-sided paper, if you can tell. Look at some of my others. They are like, you can tell they're scraps. It's a cute pineapples, but you know, they're all, let's see what else we got. Oh, look, that was the back of a certificate, the white was. So I don't know that you would want them, definitely wouldn't want them to see in, you know, if you're using scraps, but just a basic tag shape to put this on it. And I mean, I could just make these all day. I really enjoy making them. And this thinlet, or this die, you can actually get off Temu for, I found it for less than $3, no more than $4, the ones I looked at. So I think it is a great deal. Not a lot of pieces, but you get a lot of bang for your buck. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you later.